What up, people? Welcome to the Push Wild Black Show. I'm your host, Christian. This is another podcast about. Okay. I wasn't planning on doing like a second little podcast this week, but what happened was Bears lost, as we know, and I did one about that, but I got a chance to speak to Minyon Garrett, frequent contributor to this now, like right after it happened. And like as I was recording the show for this week, he called and he wanted to talk to me about the Bears. So I figured, okay, before we go into this would be a good time for him to do for us to do the divisional picks, because we didn't do the divisional picks for the whole playoffs because the games weren't set. So while I was still mad, because the majority of this is basically going to be a rant about the Bears losing, so this could be part 2 of the Bears breakdown, but I'm not going to name it that. In this rant and conversation about the Bears loss, we break down the divisional matchups for the for next weekend, the divisional round for next weekend. So bear with me. This really was a conversation. I didn't have I wasn't like staring in my iPod Touch to record this. I was just going off on a tangent, so the audio is kind of but I'm working on getting a new mic, so that's not gonna happen again. But yeah, this is kind of an impromptu discussion that I figured would be good for air anyway. So this is the divisional round picks, and I guess, for lack of a better term, my Bears rant for the for the season as it continued, rather. And I'd give a little closure of this season. I give a better closure of this season and what I expect for next season as well. That's kind of why I wanted to put this out. But anyway, hope you guys enjoy, and see you next week.
About you?
Watch this game and be mad at the fact that the damn kicker, Parkey, with his no accuracy having, man. Anyway,
Yeah.
let me get your prediction, and then we can go.
I can't believe that, dog.
Let me get your prediction, and then we can continue to expand on my misery right now, man. You know what? This is what I
play the Rams.
Yeah, like we gonna do the whole divisional round real quick, because the Cowboys play the Rams, the Eagles play the Saints, and this is what I need to happen. I need the Eagles to beat the Saints, and I need y'all to beat the Rams, and then I need the Cowboys to stomp a mud hole in the Eagles.
Yeah.
I need that to happen. I need the Cowboys. I need Dak to throw for like 400 yards, and I need the Cowboys to stomp a mud hole in the Eagles. Like, I hate the Eagles. I don't care about Nick Foles. That was cute last year when we wasn't in the playoffs. We in the playoffs now, and you beat us. Now I hate Nick Foles. Now I hate the Eagles. Now screw Philly. No, I'm good. Like, I need the Cowboys, or I need Drew Brees to throw for 400 yards or 500 yards and like 10 touchdowns, and the pixie dust go away. No, I'm sorry. The Eagles, I'm glad that they made it. I'm not one of those people that say they shouldn't have made it, but damn it, the Eagles aren't a better team than the Bears. Period. I'm tired of I don't want to hear that any given Sunday mess. No, I'm good. I'm good about that, bro. Like, no. Because really, it shouldn't even been the kicker situation. It should have just been...
No, exactly.
It shouldn't have been the kicker situation. Bro, Mr. Trubisky threw for 300 yards. Mr. Trubisky threw for 300 yards. 1 touchdown. And they couldn't get in the end zone. Like, you got a 1,000-yard rusher in Jordan Howard, and Nagy doesn't understand how to get him open, or how to tire the defense down. Anyway, man, what's
you know what's really got me going is that it didn't start with the kicker, man. It started with y'all. I mean, it started with y'all's offense and y'all's defense. Boy, I'm like, God.
Bro, the defense did what they were supposed to do. Bro, when you stop a team for 16 points, it wasn't like it was a total like this domination. It wasn't like it was a total domination by the Eagles. The Eagles only put up 16 points. My thing is, they couldn't get in the end zone. They couldn't figure out how to get in the end zone. All that cute, fun stuff they was doing during the season, you couldn't figure out how to get in the end zone now. And Nick Foles, like, that last few drives where Nick Foles was able to march down the field. And oh, by the way, the defense stopped with the pass interference. And one of them pass interferences, they shouldn't even called anyway. Because one of them pass interferences, that was a dead ball. Because it was what was it called? It was but they didn't call it. It was a delay of game. It was a delay of game. They should have called a delay of game on one of those pass interference calls. And then that was during their first. That was gonna cause the Eagles for their first touchdown. Like, one of those pass interference calls was a delay of game. They didn't blow the whistle on that, but they blew a whistle for two. It was like what was it called? It was unnecessary roughness, and then it was pass interference. But they did what they were supposed to do. Other than them penalties, they stopped the Eagles, except that last drive. That last drive, Nick Foles figured out how to. I'm looking at the TV like, these fools just let Nick Foles just march down the field.
Yeah.
I'm not understanding that.
I'll say this. Carson Wentz, he's probably gone, dude.
You would really do that?
I mean, yes.
Really? I mean, Nick Foles, from a talent standpoint, Nick Foles isn't a better quarterback than Carson Wentz.
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because he fits the Eagles system. He doesn't have to be. He doesn't have to be a dominant quarterback. Look what he's proven himself. Like, now you can say he's proven himself several times, dude. That he can lead that team. He doesn't have to be a premier, he doesn't have to be as good as Carson Wentz. He didn't have to be.
So, are you saying would you trade Carson Wentz, or would you just let him go?
I'd trade him.
Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, on the Pushing While Black show, we have a very interesting take. Minyon Garrett from the Rant Sport and Fitness has said he will trade Carson Wentz if he was the Eagles. You would?
Yeah, I'd trade him.
Wow.
I mean, look how much money I would save in trading.
Because they can't pay both of them. I do agree with you. They're not going to be able to pay both of them.
Right. So who do you accept? A person that has shown you that, I can take you to the bowl and win it. Or
yeah, bro, but Nick Foles is old, man. But
you know what though? This is what you could do. You could let go of Carson Wentz, right?
Yeah.
And build around Nick Foles.
Yeah.
That money you're saving, because with that money you're saving, you can go get you another number one receiver. Yep, you could. You get you another number one receiver. You can do all that with that. Carson Wentz hadn't taken him to the bowl. Nick Foles had.
Bro, I'm not disagreeing with you.
I need Carson Wentz to give me a healthy season. Okay? I need a healthy season. That's what I need. I need a healthy season. Now, you could keep him, but I would rather see, I would want to see how Nick Foles, with the way that he's done so far, I'd want to look at Nick Foles as a starting QB for the Eagles. If I'm an Eagles GM, I'd want to look at him from beginning of the season to the end of the season. I want to take a look at that. Or at least beginning of the season to the middle of the season. I want to look at how he adjusts. Because if he can just finish the season off, take it to the bowl and win it, and do it, and be back in the playoffs this year, dude, I mean, he's worth taking a look at.
Hey man, I'm not gonna say that.
And I'm not even an Eagles fan, but I'm going by what
you going by what you saw. You going by what you saw, which to me, bro, like you're not in a bad. That's not a bad take, bro. I just wouldn't do it because, like, Nick Foles is old, man.
Yeah, but I mean, look where he's taking you, though.
I know,
he's old,
but
look where he's taking the Eagles, man.
Yeah, man. I just, bro, Nick Foles is old, bro. Matter of fact, before I get your let's Google, like, let's Google something real quick. Before I get your matter of fact, no, we can go and get your actual predictions about the divisional rounds and go from there, especially at the NFC, because I think I got the AFC.
Nick Foles is 29 years old, Chris.
29?
29. He's not even 30 yet. He's worth looking at, bro. This boy was born in 89. He's 29.
Yeah, man. Well, I'm not disagreeing with you, bro. And now that I know his age, now that you said his age, yeah, man. Cause you think you can get a first round pick for Carson Wentz?
Yeah. I mean, well, I don't know, because Carson, he's proven that he's injury prone, dude.
Yeah, that's why I'm not really saying that I'm not really throwing your take under the bus too bad, because you're investing in someone that's by Carson Wentz. You're investing in someone that is injury prone and can't stay healthy. So you gotta have I would rather have Nick Foles as my starter and then a young, accomplished backup that can know the system well. Like, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, Nick Foles was having problems because he wasn't good. It wasn't because he couldn't stay healthy. I don't know, man. Like, that take, that's a good take, bro. I'd actually been thinking about that myself. Like, what do you do with Nick Foles? And if you're telling me Nick Foles is 29,
yeah,
like he'll be 30 next year. Like, bro, like I would. That means to me that you got at least 2 or 3 more years.
Oh yeah, exactly. I'm telling you, the way I'm looking at it, I'm giving Nick Foles a shot. I need to see what he can do.
That's interesting, man. But no, man. Let's start because I think we talked about the AFC like today, but let's break them
Button
down.
already?
Huh?
Push the button already?
Yeah, I've been pushed the button.
Oh crap, man. Okay.
What?
No, I thought because you got to edit a lot, huh?
No, yeah, man. Don't like. I did stuff that we did this earlier this afternoon, and I got a take of me myself with the Eagles, and then like this one, I might just make them into different things. But dude, yeah, don't worry about it. I like sound editing and stuff. It's fine. But yeah, man, I think we did the AFC before earlier, but like what you got it's the Chiefs versus the Colts and the Patriots and the Chargers. Go through that again. What you think?
Cowboys versus Rams.
No, wait. AFC first.
You going AFC? Let's do it.
Okay. Chiefs versus the Colts.
Chiefs versus the Colts. I think that's going to be okay. After today, after watching the Colts and seeing what they could do, I can't count them out, but I think it's going to be an interesting game. It's going to be close, and overall, in my heart to heart, you there?
I'm here. Still here.
Hey, Chris, you there?
Still here.
Hold on.
Did we lose him?
Hold on a second. Audio went bad. Hold on. Hey, you there?
Still here.
Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry. My heart is telling me Kansas City's going to win it, but my mind is telling me the Colts will pull it out. The whole reason I think that Kansas City will end up winning is because of that firepower, man. I don't think the Colts have the energy level.
So you're saying your heart is with the Colts, but
no, my heart is with Kansas City. My mind is with the Colts.
Oh, okay. So let's rewind. So you think because Kansas City, that's the Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes, firepower. You're saying your heart is with the Chiefs, but the Colts are gonna pull the upset. That's what you're saying.
I'm saying that Kansas City's going to end up winning that game.
Yeah.
By at least, I think they may win it by, if it becomes a shootout, Kansas City will win it. I'd say win it in the fourth quarter by 2 touchdowns.
I think it's going to be more than that. I think it's going to be 3 touchdowns.
Oh, you think they're going to pull it out by 3?
Oh, like it's the Chiefs. Like, it's the Chiefs. They're going to be at home, and like minus bad weather, it's going to be it's not going to be pleasant for Indianapolis. Like, I think it's going to be. I hope it's going to be interesting because Andrew Luck is healthy and he's doing what he's doing. But yeah, bro. Like I don't think Indianapolis rather. I don't think Indianapolis is gonna, hang in there. I think it's gonna be quite aggravating for the Colts. And then you got,
It is going to be aggravating.
And then you got the Patriots and the Chargers.
Terribly aggravating.
And then you got the Patriots and the Chargers for AFC. The second
Patriots.
division.
Now, see, that's a different beast, man, because that's going to be different. I don't know, because New England, man, they can pull this out and go to the Super Bowl, dude. That's the kind of team we're dealing with. They can pull us out and go to the Super Bowl, and it's like crap. They did it again with no star receiver like they say they need.
Because I think we talked about it, this afternoon or this morning rather, that with Josh Gordon gone, that they don't have that over the top receiver now. So everybody's worried about the fact that they don't have a deep threat, and then Gronk is hurt, so it's like they really don't have a person to really dominate. But Belichick always finds a way to get like another random person involved.
Yes, exactly. And it wouldn't surprise me if this week they try to sign somebody. It wouldn't surprise me if they attempted to. If they just attempted to add somebody to their offense.
How long can you do that for the playoffs?
I mean, that's a good question. I wouldn't think it would be against. I don't think there's a rule against that. Or they, you know what though? They may evaluate who they have on their team, and whoever it is might be that sleeper cell. That nobody, that kid that went to Arkansas Pine Bluff, that nobody knew existed, and here he comes in, terrorizing.
Or they got or they got a random guy. They got a random dude that like that's always been on their roster, and their fullback from some random place is like their main receiver.
Fullback from Alabama A&M.
Or Chris Hogan is, what was the dude's name? Chris Hogan. There was the lacrosse player. Like he has like an amazing game or some crazy thing. Like So I'm guessing you're saying the Patriots got this game.
I'm not gonna say that. I'll say that it'll be a close game. I think it's gonna be point differential. I think it'll be a win by 6. And really, I don't know how to call that game. I really don't. I don't know how to call it. I can give you a score. I can tell you that it'll be. I believe that it'll be by 6 points either team.
But you can't pick like you can't pick the side.
It's just it's difficult, man. Because we're not looking at the same Patriots team. We're not looking at we're looking at a team they're about to play that I mean, it could just go either way. It could go either way, man. But that's the beauty about the playoffs, though, man. As we saw
today, it can go any given Sunday. I fucking hate that term now. I really hate that term now. Cause, dude, come on, man. And I got on SportsCenter right now, and I'm watching the end of the Bears game. Cause, reasons. But yeah, bro, So I think.
I mean, okay, I'll look at it this way. If New England, obviously they got to play the Chargers. If New England comes in there and they just completely, their defense steps it up and doesn't allow the Chargers to be able to spread the field, because we know how they like to do that at times. If New England dominates that, New England's got the game.
Right.
They've got it. And that's the part that scares me, because I know for a fact that with LA, they can put up a lot of points, man. And in my opinion, they've been one of the sleeper cells this season. They really have. Huh?
The Chargers, you mean?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, the Chargers have been just a sleeper cell, man. Like, they put up several points on people, man. And it's like, and Rivers puts up so many yards passing. I just think he's been a quarterback that's been overlooked for years, in my opinion. And You know what? I'll go out on the limb. I'll say the Chargers got the Patriots. I'll say that.
Then so basically, you're saying that it's going to be the Chiefs and the Chargers. You're saying the Chargers going to pull the upset over the Patriots, and in the AFC championship game, it's going to be the Chiefs and the Chargers.
Yep.
Wow. All right. That's good.
That's what I'll say. I'll say it'll be Chiefs and Chargers, man.
Okay.
Because as much as I'm not writing off Tom Brady and the Patriots. I'm not writing them off, but I'm just going out on a limb.
Well, this is the perfect. My sister-in-law's gonna kill me for this, but if this is the season that the Patriots get upset, then or if there's a time that the Patriots get the upset, it'll be this season, because with the Josh Gordon situation, with Gronk kind of losing a step, and them not really knowing where the offense is gonna come from, at least on paper.
Yeah.
Like
Tom Brady's gonna retire too.
I would pick the Chargers as well. And you just said Tom Brady's gonna retire.
He's gonna retire.
Yeah, my sister-in-law, which is the biggest Patriot fan I know, she's not gonna like this one. Wow. All right, so Tom Brady's gonna retire, and the AFC Championship game is gonna be the Chiefs and the Chargers. All right.
Chiefs and Chargers.
So the divisional round for the AFC, for the NFC rather, is the Eagles.
I know it.
I hate the Eagles. And the
Puts
Saints.
a bad taste in my mouth.
Dude, they're not good. They're not a good football team. I don't care if they're the defending champions. They're not good.
I wish that you could have proven that today.
Shut up.
We're talking to a Bears fan.
Shut up.
So I'm talking to a Bears fan. Your Bears disrespected me today.
Dude,
because I gave y'all one job. Y'all had one job, man. One job, boy. And couldn't get it done. Boy, I was like, oh, man.
The freaking kicker. Really? The kicker?
Yep, the kicker. The offense. I mean, shouldn't have been in that position in the first place.
All right, man. Who you got? Because I know who I want to win. So who you got?
Who do I got? Which squads?
The Eagles versus the Saints. Who you got in that game?
Eagles versus the Saints? Oh, the Saints.
Saints.
Yep. Saints by 3 touchdowns.
It better be the Saints. And they at home. Breeze better do all types of craziness.
Will. It's going to be the Saints by 3.
I don't want to see Nick Foles and his pixie dust or his magic, whatever the heck it is.
He said pixie dust.
Bro, Tinkerbell sprinkled some pixie dust on that fool in the fourth quarter. I'm sorry. Dude, no, I'm good. I know we just talked about, that if I'm the Eagles, I'm keeping Nick Foles, but I'm sorry. No. Nick Foles is a backup QB that's having really 2 good playoff seasons.
Yeah,
so here's what I need to happen. I need the Saints to beat the Eagles. I need who that nation to come to, and I'm not even a Saints fan. I know how obnoxious Saints fans can be, and not as bad as Cowboy fans, but I know how they can be, especially when they go up against the Cowboys. Okay. I need who that nation to come out, and I need who that nation to show up, and I need who that nation and the Saints to stomp a mud hole in the Eagles for all the Bears fans. I'm speaking for all the Bears fans. I need the Saints to beat the snot out of the Eagles by 3 touchdowns or more. Okay? So that's what I need to happen. And the next NFC game is the Rams and the Cowboys. I already know what your heart says, but who do you got?
My heart says the Cowboys, and I'm not saying that because they're my home squad people, but I'm saying that because our defense is not great, but it's good, and if they come in there fired up the way they came in there fired up against the Saints, yeah, we won that. I guarantee we won that. All Dallas's defense has to do is to keep the happy quarterback for the St. Louis Rams. All we got to do is keep him tap dancing. We got to keep him tap dancing. That's what it is. That's what's going to happen. Vander Esch has to come after him like he owes him money. You know? Well, I mean, that's my guys. Cowboys are my squad, but I'm telling you, that game, the Cowboys need to shut them down. I'm tired of hearing about Tiger. Yeah. We'll see when you come off that line and see what happens.
I'm going to let Minyon take over the show now.
We're gonna see what happens then. You know, Todd, you're a good running back, but you're not as good as Zeke, so stop it. You know, I feel that the Cowboys just have the advantage. I mean, I think that's
now. Here's the thing though.
What's up, man?
Here's the thing. Like, all right, so this is what. And I said it earlier, but this is what I need to happen. I would like in my wonderful dreams of being an Eagles hater now.
Yeah.
I think it would be better if the Eagles beat the Saints. Although I think the Eagles are going to lose to the Saints. As a football knowledgeable football fan, I don't see the Saints I don't see the Saints losing to the Eagles. I just don't. But crazier things have happened because see tonight. Like, tell me if the damn Eagles are better than the Bears. Out your rabbit ass mind if you think the Eagles are better than the Bears. Like,
dude, but you know what though? You know what? Y'all had a chance to prove it, dog.
Dude, and the freaking kicker sucks. Like, it just...
Hey, the dog, like you said earlier, it didn't start with the kicker.
No, it didn't. It started with the... Anyway, I'm not even gonna... Because it just makes me mad. It just makes me angry.
I think Chris is upset.
Dude. Anyway, I need the Eagles to lose. But if the Eagles, in my dreams, I would love the Eagles to beat the Saints, and then they realize they have hope, right? And then and then it would be awesome if the Cowboys beat the Rams by some crazy thing to happen, and then it'd be the Eagles and the Rams, or it'd be the Eagles and the Cowboys, and then the Cowboys stomp a mud hole in the Eagles, and then all the Philly fans would be mad because that's their biggest rival, the Cowboys, and the Cowboys are in the Super Bowl. The Cowboys are in the Super Bowl, and the Eagles don't get a chance to defend their title at the hands of the Cowboys. That's what I would love to happen because I hate the Eagles and I hate the pixie dust wearing Nick Foles quarterback story, and boom, right? Now, as a knowledgeable football fan, the Saints are going to beat the Eagles, and the Rams are going to beat the Cowboys. Now, not for the reason that you may think, though. I think the Cowboys' defense is amazing, and the Bears' defense is better than the Cowboys' defense, with the exception of the linebacking core. Because I think Vander Esch that's a special human. Playing as a linebacker, right? And you can put him anywhere, and he's a problem anywhere. I just think that with Dak, man, I think Sean McVay is a better offensive mind than Jason Garrett and Scott Linehan are. And I think that if you put Dak Prescott in a shootout with Jared Goff and everything is going well, I don't think the Rams. I don't think the Cowboys have the firepower to match the Rams if it's a shootout. Now
that's why I don't think it's going. I don't think it's going to be one. I don't think it's going to be a shootout.
Well, that's the only way. That's the only way that you can beat the Rams, though. Like to where you make Jared Goff see ghost, and you rattle him, just like the Bears rattled him.
Well, yeah, it's gonna have to be just like they did the Saints,
right?
And if they do that, you know what? Maybe not just how they look, not just like they did the Saints. They need to do the Rams even more dirtier than they did the Saints defensively.
I agree.
They're gonna have to go in there and bully them. They're going to go in there bullying them, man. And that's how they're going to win that game. The Cowboys need to go out there, bully them, inflict their will. I'm talking even if it means maybe taking a penalty for roughing the passer to put him on his back. Now, I'm not saying that they should do that, but I'm saying that it would help in making him see things differently.
Mm-hmm.
If maybe a little rough in the past.
You would literally have to, because when he was in Chicago, Jared Goff didn't want to be there. Like, he was like, I want to go home. I don't want to be here. This is not, like, the defense and the pass rush and the cold made Jared Goff not want to play in that game. You basically would have to make Jared Goff not want to play at home in Los Angeles. Like, we basically turned Jared Goff into rookie Jared Goff. Like, when we played the Rams. Basically, the Cowboys would have to do the same thing.
Yeah, of course.
And you know what I need the Cowboys to do for them to win? Now, I honestly think the Rams are gonna win, but we're gonna. This is a key to beat the Rams.
Right. Exactly.
For offensively, right. I need Zeke Elliott to be a dual threat running back. Meaning,
how are you? Good.
Meaning, I need the Cowboys to lines, because Zeke is your best weapon. So I need Ezekiel Elliott to do his best Todd Gurley impression. And catch the ball out the backfield, line him up in the slot. That's your best weapon, still.
Right.
Like, even though the receiving core has gotten a lot better, that's your best weapon. Okay? So, I need all hands on deck. I need Dak to have as much weapons as he can. Because Hearns is out. Beasley is injured. But he's still going to play. And sometimes it takes a minute for Coop to warm up, man. So I need Zeke to be, because we know Zeke is gonna run, but I need Zeke to run for 100 yards, and I need Zeke to catch for 75. And I'm being dead serious. For them to have it and the defense to be on point. For the Cowboys to have any shot against the Rams away from home, I need Zeke to have like a 250 all-purpose yard game.
I think he could.
I know he can. But I just need I just need the play calling to reflect what I know he can be or what I know he can do. Because, dude, I don't even root for the Cowboys like that, bro. You know me. But I hate the Eagles so much right now. I need the Cowboys and the Eagles to be in the NFC Championship game. And I need the Cowboys to beat the Eagles in the Like, I want the Cowboys to be in the Super Bowl. Specifically to beat the Eagles. Like, my real picks for this coming weekend is the Saints and the Rams. But I want it to be the Eagles and the Cowboys, just so the Eagles and the Cowboys meet in the NFC Championship game, and the Cowboys beat the Eagles by 3 touchdowns.
Man.
I need that to happen. You know why? Because it would hurt the Eagles bad. I want the Eagles to feel pain. I want them to feel pain. I want them to hurt. I want them to, like I'm hurting right now. I need them to feel pain, dude. Because I don't
Look at these bear feelings, people. This is an angry bear right now. He's upset. He wants to maul an eagle and eat him.
Just come on.
And now he wants other teams to do the dirty work for him.
I'm just mad.
I know you are. You should be.
No. This is supposed to be, I'm glad that the Bears went 12-4. I'm glad, but you can't show me this defense is Super Bowl defense. It's Super Bowl caliber defense.
Right.
We should be in the Super Bowl. We should be on our way to the Super Bowl. We should not be going home. But yeah, man.
Man, this round is going to determine. This next round is going to determine, boy.
So my picks are AFC Chiefs over the Colts, Chargers over the Patriots in an upset. Real picks as a legitimate football observer: Saints over the Eagles, Rams over the Cowboys. Dream picks: Eagles over the Saints, Cowboys over the Rams, specifically so the Cowboys can beat the Rams in the NFC Championship game. So yeah, that's my angry Bears fan picks. But my real picks are Rams over the Cowboys, Saints over the Eagles. I'd still be just as happy if the Saints stomp a mud hole in the Eagles, but it would hurt them a lot more. It would hurt Eagles fans a lot more if they got to the championship game with the Cowboys and the Cowboys beat them. Like it would just hurt them more. And I want them to hurt more.
So basically, wait, so you're going Rams over Cowboys?
Going Rams over Cowboys. Now,
wow.
Bro, for real. I'm going Rams over Cowboys because just on the offenses the offenses are different. To be real, they're at home and it's in Los Angeles. It's gonna be nice. It's gonna be nice weather. And I just think that they're gonna win in the shootout. They're gonna force Dak to throw for a crazy amount of yards. But I'm not saying that the Cowboys can't beat them. It'll be one of them games that it's like if I'm betting, I'm going with the Rams, but I wouldn't be upset if the Cowboys beat the Rams. Like, it wouldn't shock me if the Cowboys beat the Rams because the Bears did.
Yeah.
I didn't expect the Bears to beat the Rams, and they beat the Rams.
Were the Rams at home? I can't remember.
The Rams were in Chicago.
Okay.
And it was 30 degrees. So it was like Jared Goff didn't want to be in that cold weather. They didn't want to be here. They didn't want to be in Soldier Field in the elements. They ain't going to be in the elements with the Cowboys. They're going to be home and it's going to be 70 degrees. They ain't got to worry about that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, in order for, the Cowboys have to be basically the Rams. Like, the Todd Gurley dominant. Because, see, with Sean McVay, too, now, with Sean McVay, Sean McVay's having a situation where he doesn't want to run the ball all of a sudden. He wants to pass, and you forget that Todd Gurley is there. So I want the Cowboys to just be like Zeke's Todd Gurley now, and he needs to have a 250, like I said, 250 yards, all purpose. That needs to happen. You know what I'm saying? So for me, but I honestly think that the Rams are going to beat the Cowboys just because optically it's going to be better for them to do so. That doesn't mean that I'm not rooting for the Cowboys to win. Because like I said, I want the Cowboys to win. I want the Eagles to upset the Saints and for them to feel like they have hope And then when the NFC Championship game happens, stomp the hell out the Eagles. I need the Cowboys to do that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But like, yeah, as a betting man, it's gonna be the Rams and the Saints in the championship game.
It's gonna be interesting.
It's gonna be interesting and it's gonna be fun. And I just need the Eagles to lose. And I need our kicker, the Bears kicker, Parkey, to get cut. I need him to get cut tomorrow. Tomorrow morning, bye.
Wow.
Like, dude, no, because no, I need him to go. I need him to go away.
Really, y'all's offense needs help.
I mean,
y'all put him in that spot though, dog.
Here's the thing, though. Like, I agree.
He had one job. I give him that. He had one job, and that was to kick that ball through the uprights.
And they know he can't do it well. So again, why would you? I'm just beside myself with annoyance and anger because
I know you are, man. You should be. Y'all just proved y'all sucked, and it just it laid an egg, man. I know how you feel. Trust me, I've been there.
There's that Bears hatred, ladies and gentlemen.
No, it's not hatred. It's not hatred. It's just what it is. I was rooting for you guys to win the thing. I needed you.
I know. Remember?
I needed
I need the Bears to beat the Eagles because you didn't believe in Nick Foles. I remember this.
Because see now, it changes things, Chris. Like we were eye to eye, and then y'all let me down again, man. I mean, it's just better luck next year, man.
Listen. The good thing, huh?
I mean, I needed y'all to win that game, dog. Because I just, oh man. Because it goes back to this. You beat St. Louis, dog. You beat St. Louis, dog.
I know.
And you struggled with the Eagles, dog. Like,
I'm sitting there and I'm like, it's the Eagles. Why are we not getting in the end zone? I'm not understanding. I'm watching the game and I'm like, why are we not? I'm watching the game, Minyon, and I'm like, why are we struggling with the Eagles? I don't understand.
You know what though, man? To put it like this is Mitsubishi's what? Was this first year?
Second.
Okay, second year. He's never been there before. Like, officially, he's never been there before. Khalil Mack hasn't been there before. Okay? So, and for a lot of them other guys, too, they haven't been there before.
This is a rookie coach. Like here's the silver lining with this whole Bear season. Like, we have Matt Nagy is a rookie head coach, and he's learning on the fly management situations and stuff. We have a second-year QB who, in all honesty, this is his developmental year. This is a developmental year from him. This year is not a year for him to where I'm expecting him to do anything. See what I'm saying? So this year for me was a year that I didn't expect the Bears to do anything but go 8-8. I didn't. What happened though is they got Khalil Mack, and then their defense was carrying them into games because Mr. Trubisky was still. There were games where Mr. Trubisky, dude, go back and listen to my Bears cast every game. Push the Ball Black Show on SoundCloud, iTunes, and YouTube.
You gave yourself a shout out.
Hey man, look, y'all do what you gotta do, man. You know what I mean? Like, hey man, look, we developing right now. Like, we're still trying to grow an audience. But no, man, go back and listen to it, bro. I've always said, because people were like, at the beginning of the year, people here were like, Mr. Trubisky sucks, Mr. Trubisky's this. And it's like, look, Mr. Trubisky's supposed to be back because, again, if you go back to the scouting report on him, this quarterback was a 2-year project. This quarterback was of all the, me and you privately, when we're not talking about the Cowboys and the Bears and doing shows, we talk about football often. And I say all the time, in his draft class, him and Deshaun Kaiser were the rawest prospects. Deshaun Kaiser was going to take 2 years to develop if they had somebody to believe in him, and Mr. Trubisky was like a year and a half away. Last year, because of very bad scouting by our current GM and the fact that our quarterback that we had was trash, and Mr. Trubisky started halfway through the season. This is like his half year, and then last year was his half year, and then this year with a new coach, new offense, new offensive brain trust, this is his developmental year. This is his full year. So I didn't expect Mr. Trubisky I didn't expect the Bears to be as good as they were. But then they decided to get Khalil Mack, and Khalil Mack is the best pass rusher in the league this year. And you add that to a defense that's already a top 10 defense, and then they're a top 4 defense. So then they're carrying they're carrying the Bears to wins, despite Mr. Trubisky playing average, despite the offense really not clicking all the way, despite the fact that they don't have a running game. They have a running game, they just don't want to use it. So I didn't expect the Bears to be as good as they was, but they proved me wrong. I'm happy that they were 12-4 and they got to the playoffs. But I'm mad because the same situations are happening with the offense being stagnant, and then the defense having to carry us into victory, man. And it's like, we shouldn't have to do that. It's the Eagles. It's the Eagles. You should have been able to beat the Eagles. So it's aggravating as a Bears fan because it's the Eagles. I've watched the Eagles. They're having a down season. We've been shown that we can run the ball, and Jordan Howard can have 100+ yards, and he only had 35. Okay, Tariq Cohen really wasn't you. The weapons that we have. It's one of those games where we didn't use all that we had, and then you give the game to a kicker who, before that, even though he was having a very good game, you give the ball and you put the game in the hands of a kicker who's been inconsistent the entire season. That's what I'm mad about. So I'm hoping that next season, because next season I'm expecting the Bears next season, if everybody's healthy and they fix what they need to fix, I'm expecting the Bears to be Super Bowl contenders. Screw the playoffs, screw the divisional round, screw winning a wild card game. I'm expecting you to be in at least the championship game, to be a Super Bowl contender. I'm not expecting anything less than that. Because now you didn't show me something. Now you showed me a top defense. Now you showed me that Tariq Cohen, you know what to do with him. Now you're showing me that Mr. Trubisky is something, and he'll have a full year under his belt, and he'll have another year or another offseason to get in that playbook. Now I'm expecting the Bears to be the Kansas City Chiefs of the NFC now.
Yeah.
I'm not expecting anything less than that. Kansas City finished 12-4, but they were dominant, and you knew they were dominant. You knew they were dominant on the offensive end. I want the Bears to be dominant on both ends, to where it's scary now. The Bears to me are scary on one side of the field. They ain't scary on both sides of the field. Now next year I expect you to be both scary on both sides of the field now.
Exactly.
So yeah, man. Anyway, bro, I'm done. I'm probably Bears angered out now. I appreciate your you giving me the time and us talking about this for a good hour. This will be up not tomorrow or not Monday, but this will probably be up midweek. For just to get everybody ready for the divisional round, and then we will revisit this again once the championship games are, and then on to the Super Bowl. You know how we do. But,
let's do it.
But yeah, thank you, Minyon, from the Rant Sport and Fitness. Hey man,
thank you, Chris, for pushing Wild Black. Thank you.
No problem.
Go Cowboys.
Go Cowboys.
There we go. Such enthusiasm. That sounded so enthusiastic when you said that. Go Cowboys. Can you say it again? Please?
I don't want to. Cowboy Nation, man.
There we go. Cowboy Nation.
Dude. I can't believe I'm rooting for y'all, man. Okay, I'm a Cowboy.
It was bound to happen, dude.
I'm a Cowboy fan now, just because I hate the Eagles.
It was bound to happen one day. I knew you'd come on.
But no, man. What's your Twitter handle so we can get like Twitter people? What's your Twitter handle?
Journey IFW.
Journey IFW. Okay.
Yeah.
So all right, and then there's the Facebook page. The Rant Sport and Fitness, and we will see y'all next week. You'll actually hear from him. There'll be 2 shows because we did one this afternoon. That'll be up later today, and then this one will be up maybe Wednesday or something. But yeah, we will definitely have some things going on next week as well. But anyway, later people. Thank you for listening.